Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Oldham County Fiscal Court. I'm David Vogel, Judge Executive. We're happy to have all of you here today for this meeting on the 21st of October 2025, another beautiful day in Oldham County. If you're able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Holly, will you please call the roll?
Magistrate Likens.
Here.
Magistrate Tice.
Here.
Magistrate Jeffries.
Here.
Magistrate Hounds.
Here.
Magistrate Hawkins.
Here.
Magistrate Dye.
Present.
Magistrate Logston.
Here. Judge
Vogel.
Here. Having 8 of the 9 members of the fiscal court present, this meeting is now in session. Is there a motion to accept the agenda?
So moved. Second.
All right. Did we get that opioid thing put on there? All right. Hearing no other comments, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Before we have our public comment today, I'd like to recognize Magistrate Chris Hounds and call on him to discuss an idea he's had for several years here.
Thanks, Judge. A couple years ago, I made the suggestion that we take the second court meeting in October and ask the court members and the fiscal court employees to wear pink to show awareness for breast cancer and cancer awareness. And we do pretty good. Some of us have a different variation of pink, but that's okay. I'd just like to thank the members of the court who indulge my idea every year and participate.
All right, thank you. I think we, thanks to Holly Prain here who brought my flower, we got 100%. I don't own anything pink. I don't know why, but it's my wife Mary Lee's favorite color, actually, so there's plenty of pink in my house. All right, let's go on now and approve the minutes from our last meeting, if you so desire. Okay, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on those minutes? Magistrate Hawkins?
Does anybody have them on the link? Because I don't, if I did have them at one time, I don't have them today.
Click on
The 10-7?
Yeah.
It brings up the budget line item transfers.
Oh. Did the other day.
That's what I just did. I just closed it out, brought it back, and it's not in the all-in-one either that I can see. The all-in-one goes from payables to, agenda to payables to,
It was in there. It was in there yesterday, Friday night. The minutes were.
Yeah, that comes.
okay.
Do you want to? If everybody's not seeing, we want to hold off on that, Judge, or?
Well, here's minutes. It's 4 pages. Okay.
It's 4 pages.
All right.
Can we bump that to the later in the meeting then?
I guess we could, you know,
Thank you.
I mean, we can. Everybody else wants to approve it. Stephanie can abstain since she hasn't read them.
Can we just move it down?
Yeah, just 2 minutes.
Okay,
After payables, maybe, because I've looked at all that.
I'll withdraw my motion.
All right. Well, let's move on for a minute here. Is there a motion to pay our bills? Has everybody looked at those?
I'll second that.
Any discussion on the bills? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right. Budget transfers are in here.
Judge, you want to do public comment?
Pardon? Did I skip that? Okay, I'm sorry. I did, all right. Is there anybody here who would like to address the fiscal court in public comment? I ask you to state your name and address, please.
My name is Rick Fisher, 4180 Stewart.
Do you see if the button on the bottom of is it the green light?
Yep, there we go. Rick Fisher, 4180 Stewart Lane. My cabin
And for those of you who don't know, that's a small cabin on Stewart Lane that's fully encompassed by the 225 acres that are proposed to be purchased by the county. My cabin sits inside that area, and we are thrilled about the land being conserved. However, as a private landowner, I'd like to respectfully share a few concerns that I have. There are currently several trails that go through between the potential public use in my land, and I'm hopeful that steps will be taken to clearly mark and reroute these trails to respect my private boundaries. Additionally, the private lane that serves as a small number of houses right now was not designed for public use. It is small, curvy, and it is not, it cannot handle the amount of publicity that it is intended. I truly support expanding public access to nature, and I believe it can be done in a way that honors my privacy, safety, and property rights of those who live within or adjacent to the area. A comment was made on social media that public access could be made possible by the end of the year, but this does not allow enough thoughtful time to consider parking, trail use, and ensuring boundaries are in place to honor the privacy of the residents. I am hopeful that the private residents will be contacted and voices will be heard before the land is opened to the public. I have a myriad of other questions, but I'll hold back for the future. Thank you for considering these points.
All right, thank you. Okay.
Good afternoon, Judge, members of the Oldham County Fiscal Court. My name is Nathan Oberg, 1414 Yeager Lane. I would like to speak to you and personally welcome the idea of this project into Oldham County. It's compatible with the comprehensive plan as it reads, and I gladly and proudly support the ideals and concept of land conservation here in Oldham County to preserve that for our current use and on down the road for further generations. I'm sure there's a variety of sticker shock when it comes to a project of this size. There's already a little bit of interest with the community as far as getting together some funds to offset some of that cost for the county as far as buildings that might be needed for laboratories, et cetera, trail maintenance. And those are my thoughts. Thank you again for your time.
All right, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Lakshmi Adala, 9513 Truscott Court. We are the new owners for 4170 Stewart Lane, called as the Lawyer's Overlook. We recently bought the property. So I just have the same questions and concerns as Mr. Fisher. So we are so excited that county is buying the land, the 225 acres, but we are just worried about the parking and new vehicles coming, and as these are private properties, we just want to know the boundaries and hope you all discuss with us before announcing it to the public. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the fiscal court? All right, seeing no one, we'll close the public comment, and are we ready to take a vote on the minutes? Yes. All right.
Thank you.
I'll make the motion again to approve the minutes.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on these minutes? All right. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right, now we're down to budget transfers. Do we have?
I got that, Judge.
All right, go ahead, Magistrate Hounds.
The budget transfers came through the Finance Committee earlier with a positive recommendation. So my recommendation would be that we approve the budget transfers of $114,525.
All right.
I'll second that, Judge.
Is there any discussion on that? Magistrate Hounds, would you like to explain budget transfers just for the community? Wayne has a question?
Wanted to ask a question.
All right.
If I can, direct it to Chris. Is that all right with you, Judge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. On the second item down, on the library lease, everything's on one line.
Is your mic on?
Excuse me, it is, but I'm not speaking into it, excuse me. Everything's in the one line. On the second item, where it says the telephone, it's the $10,000. When you, explanation, does the Windstream charging DSO, $2,600 a month, does that all go with the telephone?
Correct.
Okay. I was a little bit confused because I was thinking the first line should start on the line where the,
It's just how the report prints. Yeah.
I thought it would start at a line more, so that's where I got confused. Okay, thank you, I'm up.
So the budget transfers, we cannot have an account that has a negative balance. So we do the budget transfers to make sure that all accounts have a positive balance at the end of the month or the end of the quarter, depending on the severity. And this budget transfers is $114,525.
Right, and some money is taken from budgets that aren't being used as aggressively or completely, put in the areas where we may be over.
Or we may not be using
right,
that item.
Right. The budget is not a straitjacket, it's a guide, and that is subject to, being, it's like losing or gaining weight. It's a goal, but it's not, sometimes you go up, sometimes you go down. So we just have to watch it each quarter. All right, thank you. So we have a motion and second, correct? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Now we'll have the first reading of a proposed ordinance on KOC 25-920-516 regarding rezoning of Jericho Road. Anna Barge from Planning and Zoning.
Good afternoon, Judge and Magistrates. Anna Barge, Senior Planner. So this rezoning is proposed to take place at 706 Jericho Road. It's currently zoned I-1 Light Industrial, and they're proposing CN, which is Commercial Neighborhood. They would like to, if approved, split the lot and put 2 single-family homes on there to be used either residentially or for like a CPA or attorney's office or something like that, which would be allowed. Low-intensity commercial is allowed in that zoning, and I'll give you more in-depth overview of that at the second reading. And the property is half an acre.
All right. Magistrate Jeffries.
Just a quick, it's half acre, so it's on sewers?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you.
I'd like to make the motion, we approve that.
Well, no.
First reading.
First read, I'm sorry, excuse me, Judge.
Right, we'll take this up again, first or second reading in November?
It's the second
Second
reading on November 4th.
November, pardon?
November 4th.
November 4th, that's the first meeting in.
Oh, yeah,
November.
first meeting in November, yes.
All right, thank you. At that time, there'll be time for public comment. All right, now we're on to the contracts and resolutions, Rollington Road Roadway and Ordinance Improvement Project. Jim Silliman.
Good afternoon, Judge, Magistrates. Jim Silliman, County Engineer. As you're aware, we're working on the improvement of about 1,000 feet of roadway of Rollington Road from Houston Lane to Bentbrook Place, just outside Pee Wee Valley. And during construction, we observed there were some items that needed to be added. So what you have before you is the construction cost amendment. It's in the amount of, get the number right, $101,385. And as you recall, you should recall the cost of this project is being split 50-50 with the Stormwater District Board. We have talked about the costs of 2 of the items, the head wall and the water services with the Stormwater Board, and they had approved those. We'll approve the remaining portions that are included in this cost amendment with the Stormwater Board. I'm confident they will approve them also because there's money in their budget. The items are, there's a large head wall for the 4 foot by 8 foot culvert that's being installed to provide safe grading from the sides of the road. We need to install a large head wall on each side. The other item was 4 water services were identified that need to be relocated. Those hadn't been identified in the previous design. And then when the contractor was starting pavement installation, during proof rolling, they identified some areas that need to be undercut because we don't want to build a new road on soft subgrade. And then there's the last item that's included in this is a very short section of curb and gutter we want to extend. It's about 35 feet to bridge a gap between, to make it to a driveway. So again, I'm asking for fiscal court to approve, the judge to sign the contract amendment, and the fiscal court's portion of that would be $50,692.50. And I think one question that I'm always asked in matters like this is, do we have the money in the budget? And we do have funds within the existing engineering line item budget for contracts and construction to cover this.
Judge,
Yes, sir.
I would like to move that we allow you to sign this modification to the contract on from Libs Paving for the amount of $50,692.50 for the increased cost. And it did come through road committee, and it unanimously was approved to send to court to be accepted.
Is there Magistrate Logston second on that?
Can you amend that? The actual the cost amendment is the amount of $101,385, and then fiscal court would be reimbursed half that by the stormwater
Correct.
board.
Yeah. So yeah, $101,385, and then we would be responsible for half of that, which is the $50,692.50.
Yes, thank you.
Do you have any idea when is Rollington Road going to be completed?
Yeah, so the update on that is the original completion date was around mid-November based on the construction days that were allotted in the contract. As a result of the hard rock that the contractor has encountered, we knew there was going to be rock on the project, but it was harder than expected, and so it slowed production down. The intent is to still have the road open by that mid-November date. It would be open and paved up to the base, the top of the base asphalt surface, and we think the contractor's probably just going to have to come back in the spring and place the final asphalt surface in the spring when we know temperatures are better and we can get a good product. But as far as the actual usable road surface, it should be open by that mid-November date.
All right, great. Magistrate Logston is, wants it completed, and he's been after it for a while and deserves to have it done. All right, great, thank you. All right, so is there a motion on this? Do we have a motion and a second on us paying half of this $101,385? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries, thank you.
Thank you.
Now on committee reports and recommendations, Jim, you're still up here, and this is a recommendation to accept Commerce Parkway west of 393 into the Oldham County Road Maintenance System.
Yes, sir. So if you'll recall, at the last meeting, we had an extensive resolution that really tied down all the road mileage we had in the county that we maintain. That resolution was passed and forwarded to KIPTA and KYTC. During that review, we did identify that the stretch of road, the extension of Commerce Parkway from 393 to Mattingly Road, was never officially taken into the road maintenance system. It was constructed by us in KYTC and inspected by us in KYTC, but it just never went through that process because we didn't have a performance bond associated with it. We didn't want to delay that resolution of the road mileage last meeting, so the goal is, and we'll still have roads we're taking into the road maintenance system as subdivisions are completed. This won't be unusual, but I did want to bring this to fiscal court to officially bring that section of road in and get that added to our road mileage log. The length is 2,000, well, it was 0.44 miles. And I'm asking that fiscal court accept that into the road maintenance system.
So moved.
Second.
All right, any discussion on this? Magistrate Jeffries?
Just to let everyone know, this did come through road committee, and it came out of road committee with a positive recommendation to fiscal court to approve accepting the 2,331.02 miles, which is, or feet, I'm sorry, which is 0.44 miles is the quantity or the length.
All right, thank you. Any further discussion? All right, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Next item is a recommendation to the Fiscal Court from the Grant Opioid Fund group that met this morning to consider requests from the Health Department and the Healthy Oldham County Coalition for funding from our opioid fund. First of all, the Health Department made a motion, and I'll say Magistrate Hawkins made a motion, seconded by Magistrate Jeffries, to provide $16,260 for the following programs: $11,500 for year 2 of Credible Mind, which is a internet platform. Since we began that earlier this year, I believe it was, it's had over 12,000 individual access points from mostly from younger people. Surprisingly, it is many middle school and in the first couple of grades of high school who are into the Credible Mind program. It offers solutions and advice regarding many of the challenges that face young people today with drugs, sexting, bullying, peer group pressure, and so forth. A lot of kids have accessed this, and adults, some adults as well, but we're very happy with how it's gone, and we're recommending that we continue it for year 2. Also recommended this morning was to pay $4,760 for 2 upcoming issues of What's Happening publication. That's our countywide publication that many of the organizations, public organizations in Oldham County participate in providing information. It's got great shelf life and has a lot of information that lasts for several months. It goes to roughly, I believe, 23 or 24,000 addresses. So it does cover everyone. And then our second recommendation here today, Healthy Oldham County is a coalition in Oldham County of about, I believe, about 70 groups that actually have some participation in healthcare, ranging from the hospital to the health department to a lot of other groups, 7 county services that are involved. They get together monthly to try to formulate recommendations, policies, and activities to help raise the level of health in Oldham County. So Healthy Oldham County came this morning. Magistrate Hawkins and Magistrate Jeffries recommended that we fund 100 Naloxone emergency kits. These are and Naloxone 100 kits, and they go in 100 locations. These are boxes that people can open. When you open the box, there's a screen that appears in the box on the downward flap, actually a digital screen that instructs the person who opens it how to apply a Narcan to an individual who may be in a stressful situation right at that moment. Would anybody either one of you, Jeffries or Hawkins, like to give a more clear explanation of what that was?
Can I put this
we were surprised to see it. It's very impressive.
I can put this in the form of a motion initially, if that's okay?
Sure.
Okay. I'd like to make the motion that we approve, let's see, $11,500 for the second year of Credible Mind platform, as well as $4,760 for the What's Happening publication and the Oldham Era publication. And that's going to be a total of $16,260 for the health department.
I'll second that, Judge.
All right. You want to separate out the other one from Healthy Oldham County?
I think that would probably be appropriate.
Yeah, I think, because that's how we did it in committee, so
All right.
yes. I
All
would like
right.
to-
We've got a motion second. Are there any questions about these funds for the health department for Credible Mind and those 2 publications?
Judge?
Yes, sir.
Just a little clarification for folks either watching or here. These dollars are coming from our opioid settlement funds. I think we've got about $838,000 currently in that fund. So these funds, are coming from that. I think the health department was there this morning, did a nice presentation on that, what success they've had with these, and it is a problem. So the committee definitely supported this morning, and it was unanimous to send it to fiscal court for our consideration today. So these dollars will be coming out of that opioid settlement account.
That's a good point, Magistrate Jeffries. I'd like to include that little tidbit of information in my motion that this will be paid for out of the opioid funds, settlement funds, please.
Any further discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, motion carries.
I'd like to make the motion that we award or issue funds from the opioid abatement funds to Healthy Oldham County Coalition in the amount of $20,200, and that would fund, got it right here, 100. The initial ask was double this, but we thought we'd kind of roll out with half and see how that goes initially. So $15K for 100 one-box, the emergency access kits, and then also the Narcan for those at the amount of $4,200. And then they have these co-location kits, and they have sort of the supplement to that already in 6 locations, or will be 6 locations. So we went ahead and decided to, out of committee, fund that 100%, and that's just $1,000. So that total is $20,200, and I'd like to make that into the form of a motion, please.
Second.
I'll second that. Sure.
Now we'll have discussion. See, Liz Burrows is here. Liz, did you happen to bring one of those boxes? Would you please come up and show we'll show fiscal court, and then we'll try to show everybody here how this box works. It's pretty interesting, I think.
The little video is cool.
Yes. Yeah, this is the emergency kit for Narcan or naloxone that would respond to and reverse an opioid-related overdose. So the goal of this really initially was meant for college campuses, because if someone you're with is experiencing an overdose, it's a very high-stress situation. It's kind of like an AED that would help walk you through the process. So it can either be hung on the wall or left alone, but you open the kit, and there's some PPE inside as well, like a mask if you need to do any rescue breathing. But when you pull down the tab,
first off, let's take a deep breath. Step number 1 is to check to see if somebody really is unresponsive. You can do that by gently shaking them and shouting.
But you want to turn that around and let everybody in the room here see, too, that there's a little screen in here, and it shows you exactly how to administer this Noxalone.
150. You ought to let the Oldham mayor see, too. He's trying to capture your
I'm so
picture.
sorry. And there are actually 3 videos embedded in this. One is a short video that's designed to walk you through immediate steps. One is a little bit longer that gives you a little bit more information, and one is in Spanish. So it is very, very universal. It is really wonderful. The co-locator kits that Magistrate Hawkins was talking about is just the video piece. So that would just be with kind of a gravity fed or a naloxone vending machine. It would be there to help educate people on how to use Narcan or naloxone.
So where will the boxes be?
We are going to work with our coalition that, like Judge said, that is made up of many different community partners. We would really like to see them in places where it may be hard to get a response. That's what they were designed for too, that there might be a lag in response. So out of like the maybe city, but we also want to see them in like places where work with law enforcement and see where they're seeing overdoses occur. We've heard from 24-hour gyms that they would like naloxone boxes to have on hand. We would like to see if there's some hotels in the community that would like them, gas station. The health department's been requested in years past from restaurants, from fast food places, that they would like some Narcan on hand to respond to emergencies. We would love to see them in county vehicles if that was an interest, or in law enforcement vehicles as well. But we're going to rely on our community partners and law enforcement, and working with those, communicating with those to really get them out into the community anywhere there's an interest and need.
Right, there's an interest in saturating the community with Noxalone, I guess, in response to this. It's dreadful to think that there are, last year I believe we had 12 opioid deaths in Oldham County that were reported in Oldham County. People actually from Oldham County that are taken to Jefferson County are reported as a Jefferson County overdose. But we certainly don't want any of our children or adults or anybody to not have access to this. Don't want them to use it to begin with, but if they're involved with it, have a response available.
There's also the ability to put with these a QR code so that when they're used, someone can follow that QR code and report why they were used. They can report that they need more Narcan to be put in there so that if they don't have it, they can, the health department can get them another kit to put in there. We can also customize that QR code to really connect people with resources in our community. We can connect them with Credible Mind. We can connect them with treatment providers, other things just through that QR code.
Mr. Hawkins.
Something that I think should get some attention that I don't even think I was aware of this, but you said there's a law protecting people who call. And could you expound on that? I think some of the delay, maybe especially in college, is, nobody wants to be the narc,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So, but how does that work where they're protected if they call?
There are two separate laws. One is the Good Samaritan law. So if you administer naloxone to someone in good faith that they may be experiencing an opioid overdose, you're not held liable for that. Naloxone is safe. It's not going to have any adverse effects. It only is responsive to an opioid overdose, but there is that Good Samaritan law. There's also a law that protects people who do call in an overdose, like if a friend is there, because we had a lot of people who their friend would experience an overdose, and so they would leave because they didn't want to get in trouble.
Right.
So there's a law that says you can call and report that overdose. You can stay with that person. And in that moment, if there's drug paraphernalia, you won't necessarily be prosecuted. If you have any outstanding warrants that doesn't cover those things. But it was designed to help people stay with their friends if they were having an overdose and make sure that they got the help they needed.
And then hopefully it would reduce the delay in somebody thinking, I don't want to call 911. What should we do?
Yes.
Not only leaving the scene, but just standing there and doing nothing.
Right. It really was designed to get people to call for emergency services and to stay with that person. And if Narcan is on hand or available, to administer that Narcan.
Yeah. And I think we talked to, we did talk to, and another thing that I think maybe should be out in the public more is the stigma that comes with that. And there shouldn't be a stigma if you call, if you need emergency services, if you have this in your car to administer if needed.
Yeah.
All that stigma, I think, is kind of in the past now. Now we're in the time where we need to just deal with it.
Yeah, and I mean, I have college kids, and I have sent them to college with Narcan. I hope they never need to use it, but I want them to have it if they need it. Narcan is also really helpful if you have somebody in your household that's on prescription opioids, because they could easily accidentally overdose. So there really should be no stigma in having Narcan in your car, on your person. And there are places around the community to get Narcan if you want it for your personal use. You can get that at the health department, the sheriff's office, and I think Oldham County Police or LaGrange Police has it as well. But
You put it in your nasal, in the nostril, one nostril, the other nostril, aim it toward your eyeballs, you said, or ears?
Your ears. Yeah, and it's just the nasal aspirator, and there's 2 doses that come in a box. So you would do just like you said, you would administer it, you would open the box, depress the plunger, pointing kind of towards the person's ear, and then administer the second dose that's in the kit. And sometimes it takes more than 2, but then you would definitely call 911 first because you want to make sure that help is on the way and stay with the person after you administer.
All right. Thank you. Are there any other questions about this allocation? All right, do we have a motion in a second here? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you for bringing that to us. Now, I'm going to we go into closed session pursuant to KRS 61.810 subsection 1B to discuss the future acquisition of 225 acres of property located at Stewart Lane in LaGrange, Kentucky, by the Oldham County Fiscal Court when publicity would likely to affect the value of the aforesaid property to be acquired for public use. The court discussions are for the purpose of discussing its negotiation strategies, suggested contract terms, and the maximum purchase price to be offered. So I'll go make a motion to go into executive session. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, motion carries. Thank you. All right.
It's almost cold.
Wait till you get older someday and you need reading glasses, and you end up with like this many pairs in your pocket. Ain't too bad. I do. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, mariachi band, Crestwell. The mariachi band, who are they?
All right, is there a motion? We go back into session, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
No action was taken. No action will be taken following executive session here today. Next item on the agenda is public comment. Is there anybody here who would like to address the fiscal court?
Is there a way for me to share this with everybody?
Yeah, you can put it on the, over here on the left-hand side,
Right there.
right there, sorry.
Country gospel band, mariachi's Mexican music.
So I'd like to apologize for the fact that this is black and white. This is a photo of a map that was shown on WDRB. So I wanted to highlight, where I said earlier when I talked about trails that go through our cabin's property, I put a rectangle around my property. So there is a significant number of trails that would be going from public onto my private property, and that specifically is what I was referring to. I believe there's about approximately 5 of them. So I do ask that when you guys discuss how to handle some of the trails and maintenance and markings, you take that into account. There's also multiple other private properties on this map that are not highlighted. And I also suggest that when it's reviewed publicly, we don't show the private property as a part of the park. It is not.
How many acres do you have?
I have 5.
That's 5 acres out of 225?
It's 5 acres outside of the 225, yes.
All right. All right. Mark Nasser, do you agree with that, what he's showing here?
I think it's a rough assessment of the actual pinpoints on the property. I think you'd have to put it in perspective. The GIS would probably give you a better representation.
He probably needs to come to the mic then.
Mark Nasser from LaGrange. I think that this map in particular is a rough sketch of the trail system, which was hand-drawn. It looks like a piece or a portion of the property, and the way that property is situated, I can't speak to whether that's, I mean, those trails, there isn't a trail system. It's part of the blue system, if anybody looks at it online, of crossback trails that come off that cabin that does have access to the main yellow line trail that encircles the whole property. But to speak exactly that that property lands on those, I would probably reference the GIS system of the county. Is going to give you a better representation of that, and look at survey stakes. I think he said that this property has had 4 corner stakes done on it. And so you should be able, someone physically could look.
This picture is a little bit deceptive in the sense that the entire property is not shown on this picture, only a portion of the property.
And I wouldn't take it as accurate.
Out of 5 acres out of 225, that looks like a lot more than.
And this is just a partial representation of the whole. There's a lot more to the left and to the bottom.
Right, right.
So I can assure you this is a partial of the 225. This is simply it is me taking a photo of what was shared on WDRB. I can also assure you that rectangle is fairly accurate. I can take any one of you to the exact corners of the property, and as far as where it is between the trails, this is 100% accurate.
Okay.
So,
Mr. Fisher, when
Yes.
you bought this property, what did you expect to happen to the property you didn't buy?
The goal for us was that it was conserved, similar to what we're talking about today. That's why I said earlier today, I said the fact that it's going to be conserved is absolutely fantastic. I think this could turn out to be a fantastic opportunity for the county. I don't know about me yet, but my concern is simply because I know nothing. All I know is what I see, what's shared on social media, and that's why I'm here today. It scares me because I don't know how I'm going to be affected. It could turn out to be absolutely fantastic. But when it's told it's going to be open by the end of the year, which was shared on social media, I think to myself, and that was shared by, when I say you all, somebody on this board, where are they going to park?
No, the court has made no statement about if this is purchased, when it'll be open.
To be honest with you, Kevin Woosley did say the intent is it's open by the end of the year.
Yeah, well,
That scares me because that's not enough time for enough thought to go into it. So again, I stand by my comment is it could be fantastic. I love the idea that it's conserved. But when there's no information shared with the people that are affected the most, because I'm human, maybe, I kind of think the worst until I'm proven wrong, until I'm given more information. That's why I would love for you guys to sit down or hopefully talk to the homeowners that are affected the most.
right, I think we can assure you that if we do buy this property, we will be making every consideration to accommodate
I'd appreciate that.
you and anybody else who is, involved there. We don't have any desire to overrun you or.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, right. So
You have a question?
I do have a comment, albeit probably inappropriate, but I think we were all shocked that this went out into the public. Not just you.
what'd she say?
We didn't understand that. What'd you say?
I said it's not just you that was shocked that this went out into the public.
Thank you. We understand that.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Judge, can I
Yes, sir.
address your name again? I didn't
Rick
write it
Fisher.
down.
Rick Fisher?
Rick Fisher. Rick, I look at this, if I was on your property and I bought that but didn't know whether there were going to be a park around it or you're going to be surrounded by 400 houses or something else in the future, we all don't know what that would be. But I assure you that if I was you, we're not going to put any trails or anything on your property, so it would be separated.
Well, I appreciate that, and I assume that's the case. But I do have trails that are currently there, going from public to private. So I also want some level of confidence that they are going to be rerouted away from my property, marked somehow, so people don't even accidentally stumble into my property. I mean, if anything, for liability's sake, I don't want anybody going from the park onto my property, trip and fall, and then sue me.
Yeah, I don't know how this is
they're on my
going to go,
property.
but I assure you, that's not going to happen. People aren't going to be traipsing across your property or mine or anybody else's here.
Then
it's not.
There
not
will
theirs.
need to be a lot of trail work to be done then. Because I showed you 5 trails that currently go from public to private.
Thank you, Rick.
What kind of trail work would you suggest?
I would suggest rerouting them. So where those blue marks are, in my opinion, those trails should be closed. You can add new trails connecting, the yellow trails, but where those blue marks are, the only place they lead to is my property. So there's no reason for the public to go down those trails. Most of them, some of them might only be 20, 30, 40 yards. They're not far, but there's no reason for anybody to go down those trails because they only lead to my property. The trail that's in yellow, I highlighted that simply because it didn't show up on a black and white printout. That's known as the main trail or the cabin trail. It has different names. That could be rerouted to connect the long trail. There's ways they could be rerouted, but ideally they are simply routed away from my property so nobody accidentally just comes through my private land.
So if that should be a neighborhood, say, and it's awfully hilly for a neighborhood, but just say, would you then fence your property so that others couldn't access it?
I don't know how
It's a lot.
I
It's a
would
lot of
handle.
acre.
I don't know how I would handle it. I mean, hopefully that's not the case.
That'd be a lot of acreage to fence. I'm just wondering how you would do it, no matter who
It's almost
purchases
2,000.
it.
It's almost 2,000 feet of fencing.
No matter who purchases it. I
Right.
don't know, you'd have to deal with that.
And not only the footage, it's through very rough terrain.
Yeah,
It'd be very difficult to fence it all.
yeah, agreed.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Thanks for your time.
All right, anyone else? Mary? I saw your hand up. Please state your name and address.
Mary Lowry, 326 Maple Avenue, Pee Wee Valley, Kentucky. So you'll have to bear with me. There are a lot of people that could not be here today and sent me stuff to read. One is from Kristen Forrest. Kristen is the CEO and president of Riverfields. To whom it may concern, I'm writing on behalf of Riverfields, a 66-year-old land conservancy and advocacy organization that has protected land and water in the Louisville area since 1959. We understand that there's a proposal to purchase 225 acres, the Lawyers Overlook property on Harrods Creek on Stewart Lane off of 393, with the intention of preserving it as a legacy property. The protection of land in fragile environments such as this is of the utmost importance both to humans and nature. We applaud this effort by the county to acquire and preserve green space. We at Riverfield support efforts such as this that can help nurture the Harrods Creek watershed and hope that this could be a catalyst for further positive conservation efforts. This land is deserving of protection and perpetuity for the enjoyment of all. Thank you for your time and attention, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Kristen Forrest. This is from Nina Bonney, could not be here today. To Judge Vogel and Fiscal Court, hooray. What a lasting and glorious contribution to present and future Oldham Countyans. I so applaud your vision. We all see how much farmland has disappeared, replaced by development. The proposed acreage will, I think and hope, belong to our citizens, give our citizens not only great enjoyment, but a respect for the natural world. Thank you, Nina Bonney. Steve Dolan lives at 1401 Rebel Ridge Road. My name is Steve Dolan. My wife and I have lived in Oldham County since the spring of 1998. We both support the acquisition of the land off 393 for preservation as green space and would like to see a conservation easement for that space. Fiscal Court, Carol Powell lives at 1701 Cedar Point Road near the proposed land in question, and I'm so excited to learn of the possibility of purchasing this land for Oldham County's future. I will support this undertaking 100%. Now is the time to ensure future generations have an opportunity to enjoy and learn about nature and to have it available here in Oldham County. Please proceed on our behalf. Thank you, Carol Powell. Leslie, Dr. Patrick King, they live at 3018 Buckeye Lane in Goshen. We have lived here and owned this property for 28 years, and over that time we have come to deeply value the balance between growth and the preservation of the county's natural character. We want to voice our strong support for the county's proposal to purchase and preserve the 225-acre property along Harrods Creek. This action represents more than a real estate transaction. It's an opportunity to safeguard a defining part of our landscape for generations to come. Harrods Creek is a living part of Oldham County's identity. Protecting its banks, forest, and open meadows ensures clean water, wildlife habitat, and a place for families to connect with nature. It also reflects wise governance. Proactive conservation is far less costly than trying to restore what's been lost. As residents, we are proud to see our leadership consider such a forward-thinking initiative. It demonstrates that we can encourage progress while still honoring the land and quality of life that makes this county so special. We respectfully urge Fiscal Court to approve this acquisition and to continue making preservation and stewardship cornerstones of Oldham County's future. Thank you for your service and allowing our voice to be heard on the record. Sarah Little, not sure, Sarah Little, LaGrange, Kentucky. Thank you for your actions to acquire and preserve green space in Oldham County. I very much hope this acquisition is completed and a conservation easement discussed to protect our beautiful county with its rich diversity of wildlife habitat. This is forward thinking by the fiscal court that is wonderful to see, mainly because we all know once these areas are developed, the benefits are gone. This is preservation and listening to citizens who want to keep Oldham County rural. Well done. Sarah Little?
Mary?
Yes.
How much more time
I
do you
got
think
2
you
more.
might need? Judge, I'll move that we allow her 2 more minutes.
Okay.
Second.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, guys.
Anyone opposed? Okay.
Good. Okay, take me a second to find this. As you all know, there's a Bob Horner Bird Sanctuary. This is from Linda Fussler, who's the chair of the biology department at U of L, and Dr. Andrew S. Muring, who's the assistant professor at University of Louisville, 139 Life Sciences Building. Based on topographical maps and satellite images, this parcel of land appears to be crucial for the protection of Harrods Creek. The parcel borders or fully contains portions of Harrods Creek and at least one perennial tributary to the southwest, as well as several intermittent ephemeral streams. Forested soils, the parcel is mostly forested, allow running water off the landscape to be slowly filtered and cleaned before reaching the creek, improving water quality for fish and other aquatic organisms. Heavy riparian tree cover also provides abundant food resources for aquatic insects and helps keep water cooler and more oxygenated. Overall, this looks like a high-quality piece of land that could be a huge help in protecting the integrity of the Harrods Creek watershed. Good luck, Andrew. And I get to read mine. I'm delighted to speak to all of you today about the incredible project you're considering. As you know, I work in the horse industry and in real estate, and I'm a huge green space proponent. I've sat here in this room and been in this building countless times and voiced my opinion about smart growth. What you all are proposing is crucial to preserving the identity of our county. You all heard your constituents as we participated in the creation of the comprehensive plan, and in doing this, I feel you understand how imperative balancing our preservation of open spaces with development is for the county. Harrods Creek is a critical resource of our county, and public protection of the creek and green space that surrounds it is a powerful statement from the leaders of this county. This green space will allow the citizens of this county to have increased exposure to the natural environment, will provide an opportunity for recreation, relaxation, and physical activity, promote community identity and a sense of well-being, and provide economic benefits at both the community and household level. The impact this will have on our county will be felt for generations. Permanently preserving this land by putting it in a conservation easement and partnering with a land trust to ensure its protection is crucial in creating a legacy product such as this. You have in this county quite a depth of support for this project. Organizations and individuals that would love to help: Bluegrass Conservancy, Riverfields, Brownsboro Trails, Kentucky Waterways Alliance, and a host of others. Many constituents that could not be here today but have farmland, green space, and preserved land and land on Harrods Creek and watersheds throughout the county are deeply passionate about the work that you are doing. Constituents understand the impact of what you're doing, whether they own a farm or live in a subdivision. We would all like to help. Boots on the ground, planning and implementation, fundraising, and any support that the county needs once the land is acquired in making this project a reality and an incredible asset for the county is here from your constituents. In closing, I'd like to say thank you. I've been passionate about smart growth, conservation, and preservation since I was a kid in Maryland and watched my family's farm sold and bulldozed. I've never imagined I would be speaking to you and thanking you for such a gift. I'm proud of you, and I'm very appreciative. Heartfelt thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Okay.
This is economic benefits of watersheds.
Okay.
Y'all want that? Thank you, guys.
Give it to Holly here. Okay. All right, thank you. Anybody else who would like to speak to fiscal court today? I don't see anyone. Did I see a hand go up back there? Or okay. All right, we'll close public comment and go on to the end of the meeting here. See if magistrates have any final comments. And then after our meeting, we're going to take a picture of our group for the breast cancer awareness, not memorial, what would you say?
Just in honor of.
In honor of breast cancer awareness, right, okay. Magistrate Logston. Magistrate Dye. Nothing. All right, Magistrate Hawkins.
Nothing today, Judge, thank you.
All right, Magistrate Howes.
Nothing today, Judge. Thank
All
you.
right, Magistrate Jeffries.
Not today. I think I'm good. Thank you, sir.
Magistrate Tice.
Nothing today, thank you, Judge.
Magistrate Likens.
Can't be left out. We all get an extra hour's sleep before our next meeting. Time changes back November the 2nd. And let's be careful with the Halloween kids. You know, they run around with their cars in gear and their minds in neutral on that night. So let's just be careful Halloween night, people. Thanks.
Right, all right, thank you, okay. I appreciate everyone being here today. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?